speaking of, again, games that take a leap, I'm saying this maybe was or was not purposeful because of the person who was curating the show notes. Helldivers 2, which is the game of the year so far, according to sales charts. It is literally the #1 selling game of 2024 through, again, the March 2nd. And it's been, again, going up against some heavy hitters so far as games drop. So the best selling game of the year, Helldivers 2, it's not getting rid of friendly fire, guys. The balls of Helldivers 2, I believe it's again a CEO, Mr. Pilstead, if I'm saying that name correctly. If I'm butchering it, I'm sorry. The quote has came about when asked about friendly fire and not getting rid of it, and it stated, if your bullets can kill enemies and the enemies can kill you, then logic dictates that your bullets must also be able to kill your friends. Also, accidentally carpet bombing your friends is hilarious. So, it's that. And again, he went on to say in a PlayStation blog, the most important thing when we make games is believability. Things should be consistent in the game world, and therefore we must have friendly fire. So when, again, I think there's been actually a lot of talk about people, complaining about friendly fire, wanting to turn it off. But when, your thoughts?
I don't like. Why do Tripp? I'm just so confused as to like how you can play a game like Helldivers, get shot in the back, and realize that that's like part of the game, and then sit there and be like, nah, this needs to go. Like, I just don't. It's funny. Like, that's just the point of the game. It just doesn't make sense, bro. This was what you signed up for. That's like, I don't. That's the shit that be blowing me, is like. On one hand, I remember being like, man, I think it's stupid that I can't pause the game in Elden Ring. I think it's kind of dumb. Like, who cares if I pause it? It's not really going to change much. Fucking Millennia is still going to be an awful person to fight if I can take a fucking breather every now and then. Or if I have to want to take a sip of my water. But I was ridiculed. I'm like, you got it. That's the game what I signed up for, da-da-da-da-da. It's happening in this game, and now it's like, well, this is stupid. Like, I hate it. I truly hate it. There's just like such a double standard in a lot of shit, and this has nothing to do with fucking Elden Ring, by the way. It's just like, I just wanted to showcase that double standard that a lot of people will have when it comes to like games that they really want to stand by and believe in, like the whatever, and then like everything else. If you don't like the friendly fire, man, get out of the way. There's a green laser, bro. Move. Or stop playing with people who friendly fire you. I don't care. I think it's more funny than anything, because at the end of the day, that's the point of the game, is like, you're supposed to have fun. You're supposed to just laugh about it, be like, bro, what the fuck? And then keep moving about your day. But if you're sitting there and you can't handle the fact that all the meta weapons got nerfed, the friendly fire is still on, like, it's war. Like, I don't know how more to explain it. It's war. You are at war. Like, somebody falling with like the laser of the 500k bomb or whatever, that shit kind of happens IRL, not IRL right now, but that shit has happened. Like, that is very plausible. You're carpet bombing your friends. Like, that's happened. That shit happens. And the fact that you guys just want, like, I don't know what you guys want, really. I think you guys just want to play a different game. And that's like something that I just want to just play a different game. It's not hard to find something else. Not even try to be a dick. Just like, truly just, hey, this isn't for me. And that's fine. I was told that by a bunch of people when I played a bunch of different games, and I'm like, I don't really like this mechanic. Like, even with Dragon Ball Z, I say these things about Dragon Ball Z as an arena fighter because I don't like arena fighters. I know they're not for me. So I let y'all have it, and I'll be like, yo, this is what I don't like, but y'all can enjoy it because I know that it's not built for me. If y'all don't like friendly fire in the game, in the silly fucking game, bro, play a different game. Play Call of Duty. That's really what it sounds like. Everybody just wants to play Call of Duty. Like, a lot of people they have not gotten over Call of Duty not being Call of Duty these days, and it's just sad.
Listen, there was an old quote, I believe it's from a song, that said, it's summertime and the living is easy. People want it so easy. They want shit on a silver plate, bro. Democracy is not on a silver plate. It's earned through work. Get in the ground and work. They're not gonna, turn it off, bro. We can't conquer this planet because we're shooting our friends. Get your aim up. You ain't training in basic training for that, bro. The tutorial didn't teach you enough. Get your aim up, brother. And even if you do have friendly fire, own that. Live in it. Be proud. saying I'm really shooting. You just got in the way of my fire. That's tough, bro. Me, myself, I have 14,000 on friendly fire damage just in the past month alone.
I know, I was there.
Shut the hell up. That's none of your business. So, shut up. I'm like, all right, be proud of that shit, man. Be proud and work to improve. Right? If you're doing 14,000 friendly fire damage, do more. Do 20, and then do the mission. That means you did your job. The other things don't matter. These other stats, they don't matter. Did you finish the mission? Yes. Is the planet conquered? Yes. Then that sounds like a democratic job to me. But nah, in all seriousness though, y'all tweaking. Y'all need to actually like you guys. Go ahead.
I just don't get it because it's like there's difficulty sliders. You know what I'm saying? Like
literally.
Yesterday, like I literally these past couple of days, every now and then when I got like 20-30 minutes, that I'm just like, you know what, I got time. I would jump into like a challenging mission and just vibe. Like I'll do the shit by myself, like no team, because I don't need it. It's at the point that I'm at, I don't really need it. So like I know that you can get, there's only 3 different samples that you can acquire, which are like common, rare, and super samples or whatever. I think the level of difficulty for the super sample missions is reasonable for getting 4 people together to get the super samples. Everything below that is also reasonable. If you can't complete a Helldiver mission, changing the entire mechanics and core of the game should not be your first idea of how to approach the situation. Like, oh man, I can't complete this.
The game is wrong.
The game is wrong. Like, nah, man. It sounds like you either need to get better, get a better crew, or, and this is an important one, play at a lower difficulty. It's not, or play at a lower difficulty, unlock the shit you need to unlock. If you want to argue that there should be a progression system for people who just cannot possibly do Helldive or can't get super samples in a way, like, hey, can I convert some of my commons to rares and then some of my rares to super samples? That's something that I think is a valid thing to talk about. But sitting here and being like, let's take a core aspect of the game out because my buddies can't shoot straight. Bro, I don't know. That shit just seems kind of a waste of time. Yeah. It's a conversation that doesn't really feel like it needs to be had. Yeah. It feels very much like, yo, like maybe you should play a different game. Like when I'm playing Helldivers by myself, I know the missions aren't gonna be the same as like when I'm playing with people, so I can't get mad if I fucking fail the mission because I got beat up. Like I'm playing it the wrong way, so I have to accept that and keep it moving. Like accept the game is not built the way you want to play it. I promise you, if I could today change and make it so that I could play with AI bots that aren't stupid, I would, but I know that that's not the game, so I'm gonna just keep it pushing.
Type shit. It's just, why does the Earth have to revolve? You know what I'm saying? Why does the sun have to revolve around you, brother? Why does the sun have to revolve around you? Why do you think that when something is, you know, maybe a bit of a contentious point or something that you're not used to, you think it's wrong? You know what I'm saying? It's just different. You're not used to it because, you know, maybe aim assist has been helping you for a long time. You don't know how to truly aim. You know, let's keep it a stack bundle here. If you're finding that it's a bit too much for you because you keep killing your friends in the same line of sight, maybe you should work on something called, you know, positioning, you know, and communication to not shoot each other in the back and front whenever you're firing off weapons. That could be something that could, you know, maybe help you. Talking and moving away from the line of sight of your fellow Helldivers. It could work. I'm saying I'm just spitballing here, but it could work.
Strategy.
Like, yo, like for real, let's see if it pays off for him, Cotton. Like, yo, bro, you guys are honestly, a lot of y'all are just whining like bitches, bro. Y'all need to get some democracy and get some bitches. The message is always the same about this type of stuff, bro. I don't understand why you need to complain about this when you can either lower the difficulty, talk more, and figure out how from a standpoint of yourself as a player, how can you improve? And if it's all too much for you, get off the fucking game. Get off. You're not like this. Again, one thing I really love these devs. I really love, again, the Arrowhead devs. They even got slandered that one time before talking about I don't know if it was the metas, it might have been the flamethrower meta, and they were like, yo, we're not changing it. We just like to see you guys squirm, honestly. And one of the devs got flamed for that, and he had to apologize or whatever, which I was like, damn, I would have apologized. I would not have. It's supposed to be an interactive experience. It's supposed to be an interactive experience. That's not supposed to be easy. It's not going to be a walk in the park for any of you. As much as you all want it to be a walk in the park and be the heroes of your own story and say, oh, I conquered this with no problem. Yay, I did the meta weapons. I did all this. Friendly fire was off so I could fire at will with no penalties. Like, it's not like that. It's not that. You know what I mean? And I'm glad that the devs internally, I know they stand on business and they don't want to change that, because again, it removes the core. If you take away friendly fire, you take away so many organic experiences and how much potential funny moments that could have. You know what I'm saying? And it's not even just a funny moment. It could be an angry moment. It could be whatever. The things that elicit emotion from video games that are, again, set up and platformed by those systems. So friendly fire, I think, is key to how the overall experience is. And getting rid of that, you get rid of the emotion, you get rid of the investment, you take away some of the fun. That's stupid to me. That's stupid. You let them do what they do. That's what it is at this point. If you can't find a solution to, again, find a way to enjoy it, turn the game off. The Super Earth don't need you if you're gonna be bitching like this. Super Earth does not need you.
Yeah, it's just so stupid, because I don't understand. A lot of y'all aren't game devs for a reason. And telling game devs how to do their job is literally like, it's quite literally your video game Karens at this point. It's like walking into a retail store and being like, hey, do you know how to do your job when you don't work there? Like, it's annoying as shit. I still to this day think that saying to a gamer get better is really fucking funny.
It's hilarious,
especially from the dev standpoint, because that's the one thing that everybody likes to make fun of devs, being like, devs aren't even good at their own games, da 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 da. But then when you say this shit's too hard and the dev says you're not good at the game, oh, now it's a problem.
It's an
you didn't have a problem.
How dare you insult your customer base, or dumbass?
Like,
listen,
you said that to them. Like, you guys are not respectful to them. Why should they be respectful to you?
At all.
It doesn't make sense to me. But just for future's sake, if you're playing a game and you think to yourself, I don't really like this core component of it, this would be a lot better if they changed it. There's a reason they did it that way. They would not have, if Helldivers played like Call of Duty, they would not be you would be calling it a Call of Duty clone.
Literally.
So when there are things that make it different from these games, when they're different, because I don't even know like what game you guys really want to play. Like, I guess like a Left 4 Dead, but again, like every time you think about like, well, I want it to change to be more like this, go play that. You know, just go play that. Unless you're talking about from a real, like, I need some shit for accessibility. I want to play this game, but there's this one thing that's holding me back. That's a different conversation. But friendly fire would not be that. It would be a different conversation if you were like, yo, sometimes I genuinely just can't see shit. Maybe can I get like an outline for the bugs or something when they're close to me, or something along those lines? It'd be different. Or sometimes I'm playing the game and those street lamps that are in the game, bright as shit. I can't see a goddamn thing. I'm like, what am I looking at? So like, that's a different conversation. But if you're gonna sit here and be like, yo, friendly fire is annoying because my friends keep killing me, man, you guess what? Your friends are annoying. That's the end of the day. That's what happens. So either don't play with them, or tell them to get better, or move out the way. When I'm playing with the homies, they can tell you themselves, if they're on one side of the nest, I'm on the other. And it's not because of friendly fire, now it is, but it's mostly just because of the way I play. And I know that I'm gonna run through somebody's line of fire. I do it all the time. I run through somebody's line of fire. I've like down Mr. Presidents to the bugs because somebody will be shooting a shotgun and I'll try to dive out of the way of something else and I'll get shot in the back. Like, it happens all the time. I learned and I moved forward.
Yep. And that's why I use a DMR in my loadouts, so I don't spray and
pray
people to death.
That doesn't change anything for him.
Shut the hell up.
It still hits us quite often. It's more accurate friendly fire than anything else.
I'm tired of the disrespect. I'm
tired of dying.
Listen. Oh man, but case in point, bro, like, this is a really fun experience, and again, it's something that's tailored. It's not gonna appease everybody. It's a specific formula for how they make their stuff fun, and if you can't get down with that, we got two words. No, okay, no. But seriously, if you really can't subscribe to that and play in their world, knowing that, hey, we've set this up in a specific way, you got to just find something else or adjust your expectations. You know what I'm saying? Adjust your perception, because it's not everything is going to be tailored to you. Not everything is going to be for you. And that's okay. If you can't stand the heat of it, then move. Get out the kitchen. Get out, you know what I'm saying? Get out the pod. Don't drop down on that planet. Just get off. And that's okay. But yeah, it's it's very wild to see how people are complaining about certain things. Like, again, friendly fire. You know what I mean? Like, when you look at it, I feel like Allen Iverson, bro, like, we talking about practice. We talking about like something so, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not the actual outlay to this. You know what I mean? Like, in the grand scheme of things, what is it? You know what I'm saying? It's not the moment. It's not something that I should really even be concerned about. Honestly, just you see the experience there. But yeah, it's just democracy has no time for bums like y'all complain about friendly fire. That's really all I got to say after that. Arrowhead, keep doing what y'all doing, bro. Keep doing what y'all doing.